We are leaving the OAS because the OAS have become an instrument of aggression against Venezuela. And over the past weeks and months, the OAS, which was founded to be a center of cooperation, integration, and working together for the mutual benefit of all members, has degenerated into an instrument of oppression and humiliation of its own members. Article 1st, Article 10th, Article 11th, Article 20th of the Charter of the OAS, which clearly establish that all members have the right to self-respect, self-determination, and non-intervention. Particularly Article 20th, which establishes that there should be no coercion from a bigger state or group of states against one single or smaller state. Coercion is forbidden in international relations. All these principles are being broken or violated by the United States. The United States is the head and the commander of this plot against Venezuela. The United States has forced smaller countries with coercion to vote against Venezuela, or at least to silence before the Venezuelan situation. And the OAS was the command center, if you want to call it like that, of violence in Venezuela. This bill was introduced a couple of days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, and proposes that the remittances of all citizens living in the United States who send money to all countries in Latin America. It's interesting, people who send money to Canada, they are free of taxes, but this proposes a taxation of 5% to all money sent to all countries south of the United States. All countries south of the United States will be taxed, according to this proposal. The idea is that the money collected from these taxes, you know what it will be used for? It will be used to build the wall against Mexico. This is ridiculous. This is an outrage. The actual government of Mexico, the current government of Mexico, is cooperating with the government of the United States to act against Venezuela, while at the same time, the government of the United States is building a wall and taxing the poorest citizens, not just of Mexico, of the whole continent, south of the border, to build a wall. Another example of coercion was Mr. Marco Rubio, senator in the American Congress. Mr. Rubio himself spoke publicly threatening the Dominican Republic, El Salvador, and Haiti, that there would be a cut in the financial aid to those countries, a cut in visas, and cut in any kind of services to those countries if they kept their behavior of voting or abstaining to vote against Venezuela, voting for Venezuela or voting against Venezuela. This is a direct threat from the most powerful country in the world against the smaller countries in the hemisphere, the smaller and the poorest. We rather pay any cost if that cost is to defend our independence than surrender our rights for peanuts.